What's up, geeks and gamers? My name is Draymond, and welcome to Thorium Gaming. We're back with episode 7 of Light of the Azure, our attempts to stabilize Ulthuan and drive off all of the forces that are trying to corrupt the Great Vortex. Last time we left off with the Griffin Gate sieged, and the rest of our island being built up fairly well. Phoenix going back to Lothern to build up some forces, and Sunshine, I believe, is in Valzenville? Yes, there she is. Now, we were trying to deal with what was left of Tyrannok. They decided they wanted to go to war with us, and that did not sit well with us. We're starting to make some gold back. It's not hurting us at all. And we have a military alliance with Illyrian that we negotiated.
For my queen.
So let's auto-resolve this battle, because it's well outside the realm of possible. I want to get into some fights that we can actually fight on equal terms, I want to say.
I am ready to fight.
But fights like this, especially siege battles that I'm terrible at. I kind of lost my train of thought there, I don't know why. So we're going to occupy the Griffin Gate. Secures it for us. We got the Invocation of Hoeth unlocked, and the Griffin Gate itself is incredibly tough. So now that that's in our grasp, we'll set the tax rate up. There is the Unicorn Gate just north of us, and the Phoenix Gate above that, but those are held by Negorith. They're high elves, but they're where the Witch King came from. So, not necessarily good, not necessarily bad, but the Druki control the rest.
How can I assist you?
We're going to have to deal with this rather large Druki army.
Champion.
And we're going to be doing that very shortly here. I do not like letting them walk around our island unmolested, uncontested. Now, Tyrion leveled up in that fight, so we have a choice. Do we get Defender of Ulthuan, which increases our leadership size, our effects, and we gain the passive ability Hold the Line, which really helps when we take a charge. Or we can get Deadly Onslaught. I want to unlock this particular tree. Unifier, Sense of Urgency, and Righteous Cause all add to the public order for all provinces, just because Tyrion's Tyrion. So let's go with Defender of Ulthuan, and we'll deal with it there. What can we do with these cities? We are losing some public order, and that's mostly from instability. But if we bump one of these up, we can possibly gain some structures that'll help us deal with the public order problem. So let's do that for White Peak. And Chaplin Grimuldis leveled up in that fight too. Of course, unlike Tyrion, he is all about the hack and slash, so let's grab him a level in Blade Shield, make him harder to hit. He's already riding a Great Eagle and is doing a ton of awesome stuff. Now for our research, we still can't get any of the really good trade advancements just yet. We need certain structures all across Ulthuan to start these researches. But we can finally do our second rank of military advancements, which is going to lead into some really cool stuff. So let's take a look at these rights real quick. We unlocked the Invocation of Hoeth, which gives us a lot of stuff for our Lore Masters and Mages. We don't have too many of those types of heroes just yet. We haven't been able to build the structures that's required for them, and we are going to be looking into doing that. Our archive is almost finished, and after that we're going to try and upgrade it eventually to the Grand Repository. My brain is slightly behind my mouth today, and I don't know why. But the Lore Masters of Hoeth are heroes, and then we get Sword Masters, which are a great sword infantry unit, and they're really, really tough. So we'll deal with that when we can. We should, however, start working towards the last level of the Salt Plains, so we can get at least one of the technologies required for our, or one of the buildings required for our technology. Like I said, I don't know where my brain is at today. Come on, Dre, get your head in the game. But that's pretty much all we can do this turn. Phoenix is sitting in Lothern, waiting on some cavalry and a chariot? Yes. And Sunshine you just put into port after a long time spent at sea. We may send you out after these eventually here. Actually, you know what? We're not going to need you against the Druki up north. Head on out and see if you can gather these up. 10,000 gold right now would not hurt us in the least. We do have a little bit of influence. And Avalorn, while they like us, we're going to bump up our relations with them just a little bit. If we can confederate with Avalorn, that would get us the entire inner ring of Ulthuan and would make life a heck of a lot easier. Especially since they have a rather large army stack. But that's it for this turn, so let's go on to the next one. And of course Kothik up north is doing something. I believe they're still fighting the Scalings, the Norsemen that have come down and really rather harass that entire coastline. They don't like us too much. And Negareth is going out and doing some damage to the Druki. I am okay with that. Go Negareth. That would be a hero moving around. Probably going after those pirate stacks right there. Yvres is kind of spread out all over the place. I'm not really sure what they're up to. They don't really seem to have a logical battle plan all sorted out. Now these Scourge of Cain, I'm hoping that they withdraw, and they are withdrawing, which means we're going to be able to run our armies up and fight as a team. Myself and Chaplin Grimuldis fighting all the way through all of those. And then Phoenix, we're going to probably have you come down and deal with the pirates of Sartosa. Not that I necessarily want to go to war with them again, but we can't have them over here raiding Yvres, especially since eventually we do want to confederate with them. Alright, so signed, sealed, and delivered, and it's the Keeper of the Seal event again. We're going to drop... It's only 5 turns... It's 25 overall happiness drop. I don't really want to do that. So we'll just replace him for a little bit of influence. Gold is expendable. Losing cities and stuff for silly reasons is not so good. So let's send Sunshine on her way. So we're not dealing with anything else. And it looks like there's a Necrarch fleet. Oh, that is a Sturgois fleet. There's a couple of vampire factions that fight along the northern coast of the Southlands. Don't really know what our stance is on them, but the undead armies are actually really easy to beat, if you know what you're doing. So Phoenix, you've got a couple of archers, some Illyrian Reavers now. We're going to give you another stack of archers and another stack of spearmen. It might take a little bit, but it will help you out in the end. And PC, we're going to get you to go up and try and assault those units. Pave the way for myself and Chaplin to come through and deal with the Druki. So on that note, Chaplin, we're going to get you to head towards the Salvation Isles. We have to reclaim them. They are the last city within Tiranoc.
Defender of Ulthuan.
I'm going to come down and join you. Of course, the mountain passes are a little bit treacherous, so they're harder to move in. For our technology advancements, though, we start getting access to some of the really cool stuff. Light Ithilmar armor is just great all around. Plus 10 armor for spearmen, archers, and sea guard units. So we're going to take that, and in 7 turns, our base infantry units, the ones that you center your army on, are going to be a lot tougher. Just gotta fix my mouse. There we go. So that's pretty much all we can do for this turn. Let's see what the computers get up to. And it looks like Clan Pestilence has started the ritual for their side. I think they're one step behind us in that, so I'm not too worried. If we make a little bit more gold, we can send an intervention force to deal with them. Though the intervention forces very rarely, if ever, do enough damage to warrant them. With the notable exception of the 10,000 gold stack that you can send, because they usually have things like dragons, phoenixes, swordmaster units, and heroes riding phoenixes and dragons. Why I just went kind of Gollum speech, I don't know.
Your kind has spilt the blood of my people for generations.
You want a peace treaty, Druki. That's not going to happen. The Pirates of Sartosa are still being a bit of a pain, but if they're withdrawing their armies, we don't have to worry about them too much. I am a little worried about the undead and the other humans down south. Now where are the pirates going? So that's one of the errantry wars. Nice to see the Bretonnians. The Stirgo's doing the Stirgo stuff. So yeah, Clan Morris is behind us by one of the rituals. So we don't have to worry about that too much. We are going to have to pull our armies back down and deal with the threat of chaos invasion when we get up to the second point. But for right now, we can continue to fight the Druki. And PC was successful, and we're going to give him immortality. Now, even if he fails, even if Assassin comes up against him,
Can I offer assistance?
PC, you ain't going down. Where are you going, Chaplin? I want you to go after the Salvation Isles. I don't want you to go all the way around to the water. That would be a bad idea.
No.
Alright, so those armies are going in just nice and fine.
Orders.
Sunshine, we're going to get you to
Charting a course.
come down. Probably not going to worry about the Skaven catching up one rank. Shouldn't affect us too much. And you got the Lost Convoy, which gave us 5,000 extra gold.
Setting
Doesn't
sail.
hurt. And we'll see what this is. And I think there's another one that just spawned right off the coast. Yes, another shipwreck there. And there is a Skull Island here. Skull Reef, I should say. So that's 3 more chances to get the 10,000 gold one.
Defender of the Phoenix.
Phoenix, your army is sitting pretty nicely right now. But Lothern itself can be upgraded. We're going to go ahead and do that. And we can start recruiting mages. We have 1 slot open. So for the mages, each one of them gets a school that they're taught in. The high mages are one of my favorites for the entire Winds of Magic. Each one, they have really funny names like Akish and that sort of stuff. It's essentially fire, astromancy, necromancy, those sort of things that are split up, and the Winds of Magic work like that. For the High Elves, we get either High Magic, which, well, unlike men, the powerful mages of Ulthuan can manipulate the full spectrum of magical winds, and use a pure, combined form known as, I don't know how to pronounce that, Kaihish? Or High Magic. They get a lot of really cool spells. It's my second favorite lore in the game. Life is all about regenning and buffing all of your units in battle. You can restore their hit points, make them harder to hit, make them hit harder. It's your standard healing / buffing lore. Light is not so great. It's not terrible. But it's kind of one of those I can take it or leave it sort of things. So when we're able to, we're probably going to get a mage, and I think we're going to take a high magic mage. See what we can get for that. And we do have 29 influence, so if we scroll down a little bit, we can probably get one of the decent ones. We'll get either one that's primed, so less miscast chance and more power reserve, or fortuitous. I think we're going to go with primed when we can get to it. That will be another hero that will pop up for us. Then out of the back of my head, I got to think of who I'm going to do for that. But anyway, we can't really do much else this turn. We are trying to focus all of our attention up north while we still gather up wave fragments for the inevitable time where we have to fight off Chaos armies. And of course, every time you complete part of the ritual, it does get slightly harder to deal with the Chaos armies. Is Ingir going to take the Phoenix Gate down? That would be really nice, because then we don't have to worry about the very, very, very tough garrison that's in there. Hopefully when we pick a fight with that Druki stack, we'll get into a battle that's within the range that I want for what we're going to be fighting. And it looks like they are going to sit on the shoreline. I thought they were going to come back down and try and keep the Salvation Isles in their control. Seriously, Pirates of Sartosa, what are you doing? And there's another Bretonnian stack. And a dwarf army. Looks like the entire old world's fighting the undead down south. Alright, so PC, we're going to spend a little bit of gold. More than a little bit. We're going to get you to assault that army again. And you were successful again, so good job. We're going to get you the Ward of Loic this time. You're on a flying bird, and eventually you're going to be attached to one of these armies. Don't want you getting shot at. Alright, so Chaplin Grimuldis, you're just going to wipe out the army that's there. You're going to occupy the city. Which is going to give us Tyrannok. Land of the Charioteers, of course. Be able to get a little bit more cash out of that. And I'm going to move up and try to take on this Druki stack away from their city. Be nice to get into a fight that's actually worthwhile. I don't really want to upgrade that building just yet. So we're going to go in and we are going to get a mage. So we're going to go with the high lore. Other ones that we can do. I like the primed. So we're going to recruit a primed mage.
Mage of Ulthuan.
And now who should we pick from the 232? I gotta flip through my little bookie here and see which person's going to get lucky enough to get spotted this time. So since it is a female mage, I'll try and pick one of the female members of the 232. Make sure I'm spelling this as close to correctly as I can. Senina Storm. Welcome to the Let's Play. You're going to be one of our magisters. Now we've just got to find something for you to do. Because I want to level you up as quickly as possible. Probably means sending you all the way up north to deal with the Druki while the armies are closing in. So we'll just set you to move there, and during the turns you will move up. Let's make sure we finish moving Sunshine.
Protector of Ulthuan.
I'm going to take a little bit of attrition because you're out in the deep water right now. But so worth it if this turns out to be like 10,000 gold or a good magic item. Alright, so that takes care of all of our movement for this turn, and our salt pans at the Tower of Lysaean got upgraded. We're going to need 3,200 gold to upgrade them again, and I'm incredibly tempted to. So let's end the turn and see what happens. Of course, my chair is still squeaky. Thier, are you going to move south to deal with the pirates, or are you going to just stay up there and be all northern defensey? I don't know why I'm creating words today. I just am. Guess you're going after Taurus Share. There's a Negarithian Magi. Now, Yvres, are you going to be able to handle those pirates? I mean, you guys have gone back and forth here a couple of times. Bigger question is, yep, the Druki are going to withdraw. Not too happy about that. I was kind of hoping for a fight. But then again, they may just go back to Tor Anlek, and we will assault them there. One of these times I'm going to find a fight that's within the bounds of good taste. I really do like the tactical battles in this. It's a lot of fun. But when you do them too often, they drag on a little bit and they seem less poignant. I have no idea what's going through the minds of the pirates of Sartosa. I might have to declare war with them, give Sunshine a bunch of Lothern Seaguard, and just send her out there to deal with them. The Scalings are coming back. It's not a good sign. We are still at war with them, so maybe we'll get a fight out of them. Alright, so it's the Retainer of Power one again, the Seneschal being a bit of a pain in the butt. I don't want to lose any more influence, so we're just going to sacrifice the gold again. A lot of choices to be made.
Princess.
So, Sunshine, do your thing and see what's inside this. A sunken chest, which gave us a Priest of Vol, which makes your army immune to attrition.
Can I offer a
So, Sunshine, we are going to go in, and you are getting that Priest of Vol. It'll happen next turn. But now when you go out to the wild oceans, you are immune to attrition, which will save your Lothern Seaguard, especially if we go around a lot of other places. Probably going to keep you going back out to sea as much as possible, because it's fun. So PC, I need you to keep tabs on here. I want to see where he's headed. Might engage that Nagarith army. Not too happy about that necessarily. And Chaplin, we're going to get you to move up there.
Champion of the Ever Queen.
Make sure you're within reinforcement range for when I assault the city. Can be a bit touchy at times. Should be within reinforcement range though.
Kill them.
Yep.
Withdraw.
Alright, so we will just take over the city.
The Asur have triumphed.
Losing 61 soldiers, which I still don't like.
My queen.
And I gained a confident attacker trait. +3 leadership when attacking, and +10% to my aura size when attacking. Doing multiple things in the campaign for your lords and your heroes will net them a bunch of different traits. Some of them are really cool. But we picked up a Latin standard too. That's going to make one of our units unbreakable, essentially. They can't be hit by fear or terror, which some units can do, which reduces their ability to fight. Now, tough call. Deadly Onslaught does lead into the more fun stuff. We could get Ward of Loek, increase our missile resistance. Let's go with Deadly Onslaught this time. We did a... I don't know what it would be, an administrative task the first time. So we'll take that this time. And Chaplin, what can we get for you? Oh, we can get you a Sun Dragon. We're definitely getting you a Sun Dragon. Look at that. Beautiful, isn't it? Big, tough elf on a extremely large, angry lizard. So now that Chaplin Grimuldis can pretty much wipe the floor with these guys by himself, we don't need to worry about him so much. And did we take care of Sunshine this turn? Yes, we took care of Sunshine this turn. We still have a little bit of gold left over, which is going to go right in and make a salt distillery, which will help us upgrade our technologies later on. And we only have 4 more turns left on our Ithilmar. It's so hard to say that word sometimes. Armor for our spearmen, archers, and our Lothern Sea Guard. So that'll be great. It'll be a lot harder to kill, and if we end up fighting Chaos, Chaos is heavily armored. Extremely heavily armored. Alright, Kothik, take out all of those baddies, and then we can do some diplomatic stuff to keep all the elves kind of in line with us. And then we don't need to worry about the other elves turning on us. We can focus strictly on Chaos, building up our army stacks for when we inevitably have to fight off the Chaos stacks attacking Ulthuan, and when we branch out to other places in the world. It does make me kind of miss the expanded campaign that they released, the quote free DLC, end quote, where you could go to the old world and fight Archaon the Everchosen, and it's a lot of fun, that other map mode. I like this campaign too. It's a heck of a lot of fun. I just like seeing all of the races put in. Essentially, that map mode is what Total War Warhammer should have been to start with. I know it's a lot of work and it's tough to include all of the races inside of the game, create the quests for their legendary lords, create the character models for their legendary lords, make sure that their armies are all balanced, tweak them a bit so that certain things balance out. And even the subtle changes are hard to work in, like the peasant squires for the Bretonnians. They're great sword-wielding peasants. Those don't exist in the tabletop version of the game, but they're a nice addition. They fit with the theme. That said, I would love to see an ogre army come in. I would like to see the Dark Dwarves. I'd like to see the Tomb Kings of Khemri. They would be really easy to add in, actually. You've already got the undead mechanics and the raised dead mechanics for the vampire counts. And all you got to do is tack on a little bit to the bottom right corner of the campaign map, because that's Khemri.
My strength is reward.
Alright, so Phoenix, you leveled up, and now that you have some army stacks, we're going to move you around a little bit to make sure you don't get Procrastinator, because that would be bad. We're going to give you Valor of Ages, the first rank of it anyway, so that when Chaos comes, you're going to be defending this core, and hopefully you don't get overwhelmed. We might send the Chaplain back down, or bring Sunshine back in to give you a hand. But for right now, we're not worried about that. We do not have the Way Fragments to do the next ritual just yet. And we don't even know which cities we're going to have to defend. That said, though,
Asur Prince.
Chaplain, you're going to keep pushing on. Dragon is beautiful as always. You know what, Chaplain? You're rocking a pretty heavy stack.
Tyrion.
I'm going to fall back to Lothern. I'm leaving the entire campaign in the north in your capable hands, and the hands of your fire-breathing mount. So we're dead even for Tor and Rock? Yes, and Rock. Again, don't know where my brain is today. It just kind of decided, nope, Drake doesn't need to think. So PC, go over there and assault the units. If we can push them back all the way to the Shrine of Cain, that would be awesome. So where are we within your stack? Well, I guess we're going to start going with Blade Shield. Again, the difference is melee defense lowers their chance to actually be hit, and then their armor reduces the damage if they are hit from physical attacks. And same's true of weapon strength and melee attack. I don't know what it's called, Blade Master. Melee attack. Melee attack has chance to hit, and weapon strength is damage dealt when they hit. But I like making my characters hard to hit before I make them deadly in their own right. Especially when it comes to the bigger lords that I want to survive. At least until they get immortality, and then I can summon them back at any time I want. But we're going to upgrade the Salvation Isles, because it is the closest city that we have to the entrance of Nagaroth. And Nagaroth itself is right there. You follow the water all the way in, and that is the seat of the Witch King. And we can see a few of the cities up here. It's not a pretty place. Ice, snow, dark elves, pain and suffering. Definitely not a nice place. Let's continue on and see what ends up happening with the rest of the bad guys. Again, I'm not too worried about the Ratman catching up to us when it comes to the ritual. And Go Kothik, you are taking over the outer Tors, Tor Guard and Tor Asher. Nagaroth, I know that is your only army stack, and it is weak as all get out. Try not to get yourself killed. And Yvres is probably going to deal with that scaling stack. I hope, anyway. Or are you just going to go into your city and have the pirates run away again? Ooh, he's going into Tor Anlek. We may just have a good fight on our hands. Of course, we don't have any really specialist units, just a lot of archers and Chaplin Grimuldis on a dragon. Chaos is going to infect all of northeastern Ulthuan because of those pain in the butt guys. Chaos warriors and their warbands spread the chaos corruption wherever they go, and it's hard to get rid of. It takes a long time to get rid of. Alright, so PC. Let's see what we can do here. They have a lot of shades with dual weapons and just normal shades, so sword and hand crossbow. They don't really have anything too terribly bad. I don't like the fact that they have a Reaper bolt thrower.
You have my attention.
But PC, you're going to go in first.
My strength grows.
You're going to assault their units. That's going to level you up. So we're going to get you another level of Blade Shield. Eventually you'll get Deadly Onslaught, which would be awesome.
Asur Prince.
And Chaplin, you have a nearly full army stack.
For order.
We're going to have you go and siege Tor Anlek. Hopefully they stay inside the city.
The Asur.
And then we will get PC to join you.
Her servant.
It's my army stack that has the Eagle Claws. Well, we're going to rely on Chaplin to do just that. He's going to have to take care of that entire northern flank on his own. At the very least, if we have to withdraw, we have to withdraw. Don't necessarily like doing it, but while they're busy with us, the other high elven nations can hurt them. So let's take a look at our friendship with Avalorn. Bump it up again. Definitely can't hurt. And Senina, you can keep making your way up north. I might take to the water and grab these on my way by. Save Sunshine have to sail all the way up north.
I'm ready.
Phoenix, you can jump into the Tower of Lysaean. Probably stand to get another couple of units. And I think we just have enough for one set of spearmen and one set of archers. That does not look too bad at all. Especially in 2 turns when their armor gets upgraded by a significant amount. Let's take a quick look down at the northern Southlands. I gotta find a better way to say that because it's confusing even to me. So it looks like the dwarves and the Bretonni have taken care of it. Alright, I guess that's all we can do for now. Let's see if the Druki decide to sally forth on us. See what kind of fight we're going to end up with. I'm guessing, just guessing, The Chaplin Grimuldis is going to do a lot of damage if they decide to sally forth. Is Negarath going to reinforce Yvres to take the gate? That would be cool. And Yvres, I'm happy you're finally dealing with one of the invaders on your section of Ulthuan. Not so happy you're still letting the pirates run willy-nilly, but you're killing off chaos. Chaos is bad. And again, I still have no idea exactly what the end game is for the pirates. They just keep going back and forth, up and down the coast. And I blinked and 2 ships passed in the night. Apparently their armies want to go both north and south at the same time. So there's that. And go Yvres! Slap down the scalings a little bit. Someone needs to go up and deal with that sorcerer. Before he corrupts all the beauty of the Northern Isle. Of course, Sunshine, we're just going to get you to collect that. I know it's kind of unfair to send you around collecting all this stuff in the water. But sometimes it is really, really awesome. Potion of Toughness is a great item. Now, I don't remember what Chaplin has as far as his enchanted item goes. Right, he makes it so that anyone he's fighting in close combat doesn't want to fight in close combat anymore. And I've got a Radiant Gem of Hoeth, so Phoenix might get that Potion of Toughness. And in fact, I think I'm going to go out there and grab these 2 on my way by. And PC, we're going to have you join up with the good Chaplin's army. Let's see if we can weaken them just a bit. It's not necessarily the army stack I'm worried about in this particular case. Because let's face it, it's a small army stack. It's the garrison. And Tor Anlek, they have a lot of Black Art Corsairs and Dark Shards with a lot of bows. The Death Hag doesn't worry me at all because Chaplin plus Dragon plus his BFA, big freaking axe, is gonna eat her alive. Possibly literally. It's the Blackguard of Nagaron that worries me the most. They are essentially the elite of the Druki. And they hit hard. Very hard. Painfully hard. Phoenix, you should have a decent-sized army going on now. We're going to get you to go to the inner sea while we're waiting. Get you to pick up these little islands in here. Again, chance for more money. And you have Kane's Ring of Fury. It does not hurt you at all. So maybe Sunshine will get to keep her own potion? No, she has the Terrifying Mask of E, which is something we definitely want for an archer. So Senina, congratulations, you haven't even done anything yet. But you're getting yourself a Potion of Toughness or a Kane's Ring of Fury. Gives you another spell that isn't reliant on the wind's magic. Ooh, tough call. Yeah, we're going to go with Kane's Ring of Fury. And PC, we'll give you the Potion of Toughness. And I just noticed that we have the Talisman of Loic, which increases damage dealt. But it's a tough call sometimes with the items. It really is. Senina, we do need you to keep moving north, though. I know you're a fair distance away, and we haven't been able to get you a mount yet. So you got to do it the old-fashioned way, which is 2 feet and a heartbeat. Do you actually get a mount? like that? Yes, you get an Elven Steed and then an Ithilmar Chariot. That would be really good for a Magister. I would love to get you on a Great Eagle, but unfortunately there's this thing called game balance, and they don't want your Magisters on a Great Eagle, because that would be broken just a bit. So we were looking at the public order over here. It started to go back up. Don't need to worry about it too much anymore. Might as well upgrade the High Vale. Quicker you can get all of your cities upgraded, the better off you are, I feel. I could be entirely wrong on that. Again, I'm not the greatest player at the game, but I noticed certain patterns. And I think we're going to start saving up the 3,500 we need to get our Glittering Lighthouse. Let's end the turn, and that's going to get us our armor next turn. So if the Druki do not sally forth on the Good Chaplain, the Good Chaplain's entire army is going to get a boost. There we go. So Kothik attacked and won up there. Why you're not dealing with the Chaos Invaders is a little bit beyond me, but I can't expect everything from you. I mean, you're not Zafri. You're not Kalidor. You're not Lothern either. I know these turns have become a little bit of a maintenance phase, so to speak, until we get to the next big ritual. Trying to keep it a little bit interesting by fighting the Dark Elves, which is a lot of fun. And it's spreading us out a tiny bit, so we may end up getting into a lot of little skirmishes later on because of that. The next major event for us, though, is when we activate the second ritual, and 2 fairly strong stacks of Chaos Forces are going to show up. We'll have to fight them in pretty much a weakened position. Because all of our primary forces are up north. I'm coming back, but between me and Phoenix, we should be okay. We should be able to destroy the stacks. Maybe get a good fight out of it. And it looks like the ritual by the Skaven got interrupted. Yes, it looks like they lost one of the cities they need to hold. So, I guess we didn't really need to worry about the Skaven at all. Alright, so light Ithilmar armor. Yay, all of our guys are a lot tougher. And we can get preserved seafood. Plus 10 growth for all of our provinces, and 10% income from all ports. Just for building that top-end salt mine. And it's only 2 turns, so we're going to do it real quick. And then we'll go to precise fletching, and our archers get a heck of a lot stronger. Playing as elves, of course, you want your archers to be as strong as elvenly possible. Alright, Phoenix, see what you get from this one. We'll go with Farsight because you're not going to be getting into a fight. And another Talisman of Loic. I was kinda hoping for some more money, but you have a second chance. So there is that. And Sunshine, because you are immune to attrition, you can just sail right to this Skull Reef without worrying about the reefs themselves. And there it is! Horde of the Vampire Admiral. Skull-shaped lair lying ominously on the horizon could be a hidden horde of a vampire Count Noctilus, the legendary vampire admiral, who was the scourge of the seas in his great vessel, the Bloody Reaver. Legend has it that Noctilus' treasure is hidden upon the great ocean and guarded by zombie crewmates damned to protect it for all eternity. That is until your fleet chances upon the lair. 10,000 gold. Definitely not crying about having an extra 10,000 gold in our coffers. And I think, Sunshine, we're going to get you to pop over and see what this Skull Reef is. You know, continuing a trend. We do have a couple of choices, but before I forget, because I'm going to forget again, probably, Glittering Lighthouse. Done. It's over with. I don't have to worry about it no more. We're good. We're also going to pop in a Shrine of Azuran. And if we can, we're going to get the first level of Dragon's Lair. This will allow us to summon dragon units. Very, very awesome dragon units. And then next turn, we'll grab the Elven Forge, and then we'll try and start upgrading all of this. So we'll go over here, and I will pick up whatever's in this ship, which is just a little bit of gold and some rations. I don't want to go any closer to Nagaroth, but I should be okay there. And Sinina, keep pushing on, pushing on. How long do you have until you are out of supplies? I guess I should mouse over the city if I want to see that. 6 turns and they will start taking attrition. Probably get into the fight long before that. Don't really want to upgrade the actual structures yet. Is there anything else that we can do on the Shrine of Azuran that would help? Could build a plaza, which gives us a little bit more gold and some public order, but again, public order at this point for our core doesn't really matter that much. Kalidor's Repose, though, does have an exotic animal tamer. And that eventually leads up to awakening the Ancient Ones. So we're going to go there for that. And then we're going to upgrade it to a tower and start along that chain for that in particular. Wow, I can talk real good. The reason I want it is Awakening the Old Ones. Minus 5% upkeep for all dragon units, and it reduces their recruitment cost by 10%. They are expensive, they are hard to maintain, but a single sun dragon even in a fight can deal a lot of damage. Because let's face it, it's a dragon. And dragons are dragons. And dragons like to eat things. If we get our marble stockpiles up to level 3, which we can actually do now, that will eventually get us, if I can see it in here, there we go, 10% reduction in cost for constructing all buildings. So yes, we definitely want to do that. It's going to put off our forge by a turn, I think. We should be okay. So let's end the turn and see what happens. Getting pretty close to the end of the episode, and I know it's been just a lot of maintenance and stuff for the last couple of weeks in this. Things will pick up shortly. I don't like just showing you guys maintenance and all that sort of stuff. I want to actually get into some fights. Just hasn't worked out that way. And the fights we have had would have been just wait, shoot them. Oh look, they don't have enough units to survive. End of fight.
Welcome. What brings you here?
So Nagaroth wants military access, and we do want to build up a rapport with them. Again, I talk real good. If we can confederate them rather than fight them, that would be awesome. And I mean, they're so tiny compared to us now. Like, they've got that 1-4 army stack and 1 structure and a mage. Well, their 1 building, their 1 town, is the Unicorn Gate. So it's not exactly undefended, but still, you can't really build an entire empire out of one of the gates. Unless you're Lubu. But that's an entirely different world. I would really like to see the Pirates of Sartosa destroyed. Might have to send some armies over there to deal with them. Trying to think of the other armies that aren't present in the game just yet that I would love to see, because I know there's not the ogres, not the Dark Dwarves. There isn't the Tomb Kings of Khemri, all of which would be, quote, easy enough, end quote, to implement. The Ogres are just monstrous units. You could base them off similar mechanics to the Orcs and Goblins. Their Snotlings are essentially little goblins. And of course the Tomb Kings are just undead. The Dark Dwarves are very similar to the Dwarves, so that doesn't hurt. I'm trying to think of what other races haven't been put in yet. I feel like I'm missing one, and I can't put my thumb on it.
Your bidding.
But in the meantime, while I'm racking my brain for this, let's see what Phoenix can find here. A little bit of extra gold. Again, never hurts.
Going ashore.
You can go back to the Tower Lessened. Sunshine, you just keep cruising on through the ocean. Hopefully not too close to those Bretonnians. So I'd rather not lose you. That would be bad.
Lord of Bretonia.
But they're going full speed ahead too, so I'm not too worried about it. To Aquitaine. Aquitaine is one of the dukedoms in Bretonia, and just strikes me as a little odd that they would send an entire errantry out like that.
Sailing for adventure.
Or it can make perfect sense. And there's another horde of the Vampire Admiral.
Until next
Definitely does not suck at all. So we're going to go into Lothern, and we're going to put that forge into play. And we're going to upgrade our archives. Actually, we're going to upgrade a fair bit of stuff in here. Pretty much all of Lothern itself is going to get upgraded. Not regretting that at all. So, Sanina, where did you disappear to? You're actually moving pretty quick for someone who's on foot.
What do you require?
Get you to go up and start stealing some technology from the Shrine of Cain. Big sword there.
attack. Never.
What I think I'm going to do, though, guys, is that's a pretty good place to end this for this week. And then next week, Toranlek will fall to Chaplin Grimuldis, and we will fight that battle ourselves. Since he does have a little bit of siege equipment.
A strong leader is needed. None
So we'll
shall
fight that
live.
one next week. So if you like the video, guys, please consider hitting that like button. If you'd like to join up with the 232, maybe see your name pop up into one of these videos, just hit that subscribe button and make sure you turn your notifications on so you don't miss when new content comes up. And remember, guys, life is a game, so play to win. And until next time, take care.